Oh. July. July. The beginning of Halloween. Where I normally absolutely hate any sight of Christmas before the actual day itself. And even on the day I'm not too fond. Halloween is that one day where there are two types of girls, rings quite true. Those who dress up as Tom Baker's version of the Doctor, and those who are a bunny. Duh. It goes without saying which category I fall into. Anybody hear that? Hello everyone and welcome back to the Neverland Book Club. If you are in the United States and can hear me through your neighbor's premature fireworks, today we will be discussing our June wrap-up / July TBR / a tiny book haul. Just a very little one. But what? But before we jump in, I have a few questions for you, dear viewers. After doing a deep dive of different booktubers myself, I noticed a lot of vlogs. And I'm not sure if any of you here may know this, but I used to vlog, like, daily, back when that was a thing. One of my last vlogs was actually 3 years ago, going to the last bookstore here in Los Angeles. Similar but not Stephen King. There's Dean Koontz and James Patterson. Go check them out, and Anne Rice. They're good. I loved it, actually. I found it incredibly fun, and looking back on videos from the past, it can really satisfy a nostalgic itch for your future self. My question here is, if I started vlogging again, would anyone even watch it? Is that something my viewers here now would enjoy? Would it be more appropriate on a separate channel? Whether it be book related or just life related? Please, just let me know in the comments below. I miss it. For example, I find myself wanting to get out initial thoughts after I finish a chapter, not waiting until I sit down to write the full review. Or even dedicating some books to reading vlogs instead of sit-down reviews, since some require less or more in-depth conversation. Also, I recently went to a secondhand bookstore and found myself reaching for my vlogging camera from 2016. But all I had on me was my phone. I promised myself upon walking into this bookstore that I was going to buy something I've never read before, by an author I perhaps have never heard of. And sure enough, I walked out with 3 Stephen King titles I've already read, so yeah. We all know I don't listen to that wiser version of me. She didn't leave any message today, but sometimes she does. Nevertheless, I'm still excited about these 3 titles I was able to add to my collection. A quick haul. First, Joyland, another hard case crime novel that starts off as any old college heartbreak story. A young boy takes a summer job at a carnival to get over a crush, and because it's King, death ensues. Next, The Langoliers. This book has a special place in my little heart. At the time of reading this, during the winter of 2015, it was the best little story I had ever read at the time. It was Christmas break. I was up on Big Bear Mountain with my family. A snowstorm had left us with no power, no heat, no internet. We sat by a fire, enjoying one another's company. Or everyone else was, because I was reading, naturally. The fire was right there. I was reading The Langoliers, a captivating story about a group of travelers on a plane that mysteriously become the only passengers left. Mid-flight, everyone just poof, disappears. The pilot, the flight attendants, most passengers, traveling through dimensions, the group comes across these creatures called the Langoliers, and, well, if you want the story, read the book. And lastly, Sleeping Beauties by both Owen and Stephen King. That's right. It's his son. This book I read on a Kindle when it first came out, and I have always wanted a physical copy. And this giant, heavy hardback only put me back about 7 big ones. $7. Secondhand bookstores. It's just superior. I guess it was originally $18.49, but I got it for $7. This story explores the age-old phrase, women! You can't live without them! Is that the phrase? Something like that. Nothing's missing. You know what I mean.
It's the women that are missing.
Oh? Oh, fuck, I just lost my place. What if, one day, all of the women in the world simply didn't wake up? Oh. And if the men tried to wake them, well, I did the O in the wrong place, it's here. And if the men tried to wake them, well...
It's you every day.
Oh. They'd just kill them. No matter how young or old, if you have 2 X chromosomes, you're wrapped in a mystical sleep chrysalis, a spell that cannot simply be broken by true love's first kiss, but a grim fairy tale nonetheless. My whole point with this little segment is to encourage secondhand bookstores. I have the receipt right somewhere for my little trip, and I spent less than $20 for all 3. The store also graciously gave me a discount because I was wearing my work scrubs at the time. Yeah, those years of suffering through organic chemistry really, it paid off. Alright, back to the title of this video. Let's begin with the books I was able to complete in the month of June. The list is short, but so was my TBR, so I am satisfied. First, Norwegian Wood.
Norwegian Wood.
No, Google, not again! Sorry about that. It's my Google Assistant's favorite song now. So, this book was the topic of discussion for our first Zoom live stream last month. And if you haven't seen it yet, my good friend Chelsea and I go over our collected thoughts during our buddy read. We spoke through the entire reading experience online, but finally got to virtually chat in person over live stream for the first time, which I thought was very special. So if you're on your morning commute, cooking dinner, doing laundry, etc., go ahead and give it a listen if you'd like. Oh yeah, never mind the first few minutes, the audio was having some issues. Second, Lissy's Story, another King title, of course. This one was, how can I say, not disappointing, no, but not everything I expected and hoped for. It fell just a few inches short for me. It was fun, but I felt like I had to sit in hours of traffic before getting to the fun. You know, like being on the 5 freeway for 2 hours before finally exiting on Disneyland Lane. If you don't live in LA, I'm sorry for that analogy, but if you do, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I plan on having a full review of both the book and the adaptation for Lissy's Story soon, so stay tuned. And last, and least, The Kiss Thief. Well, you may already know how I feel about this one, since it was the easiest for me to review and get out to you during the same month of reading, so... Enjoyable to a... Someone is at my door. Enjoyable to a very, very certain degree, and not much past that degree. Alright, with all of that out of the way, let's discuss July's TBR. Yay. And the reason why I came out earlier wearing my witch hat costume hat from my 5th birthday hat. This month's theme is magic! And to start, I plan on reading, though I'm already about halfway through as of filming this video, my Bestie from the North debut novel, Gathering Shadows. Look at this cover. Look at it. Oh, what is this on the first page? Cover design by Nadia Samar and Chelsea Thomas. Why, yes, I did digitally paint the cover for my Bestie, and I couldn't have been happier with the result. Look at it. Why am I seen as a devil and she as good? Do we not deserve to show that our evilness is wrapped in an intent to do good? Does not a loved one hurt you deeper than a friend, and yet we do not claim they are evil? Flip through the pages of Gathering Shadows, and you are bound to land on any number of memorable quotes, such as this. Chelsea builds a world of feuding witches and warlocks in a way that just flows through your imagination. Long ago, 4 covens of Morovia, bound by an ancient oath, lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the Earth Coven attacks. Now, only Derica Bloodfire, member of the Blood Coven, could stop them. And when Moravia needed them most, she stepped up and didn't get frozen for 100 years in a ball of ice, cause who would do that? Gathering Shadows is a non-stop, edge-of-your-seat exciting adventure with witches, warlocks, goddesses, witch gods, and questions of love and power. You're left wanting more by the end, and that's good because, as you can see here, this is only the first book in a duology. Book 2 comes out, I'm not sure, but you best believe I will be the first to buy a copy, just as I was the first to purchase the first book. Thank you so much, my bestie, for not only putting my name in your incredible work, but for also allowing me to own a first edition. I believe in you, so please write on. Your fans need to know what's next for Dorica. Alright, to follow suit with witchy adventures, I purchased the entire, oh dear, Shades of Magic trilogy. After reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue and having a dream with V.E. Schwab, where we had an in-depth conversation about our writing styles. Yes, that's a true story, and I am not ashamed by my fangirl cliche. I knew I had to read everything this woman has written, so I purchased the entire series, you know it, without doing any research whatsoever on what the story is about. I see magic in the title, so I give her my money. That's how my brain works. Will I read the entire trilogy this month? Maybe. Maybe not. We shall see. As with every month, I have projects in the works that sometimes get in the way. You know, excuses. But now that the box set is in my hands, let's see what this is actually about. Let's get this out. Box sets are so funny sometimes. It's just the paperbacks in a box. It sounds like it's going to be something even more special, but really, not really. Okay, here we go. First, we have A Darker Shade of Magic. Kell is one of the last travelers, magicians with a rare ability to travel between parallel universes connected by one magical city. There's Grey London without magic and ruled by a mad king, by the Mad King George III. Red London, where magic is revered, and where Kell was raised alongside the heir to the Empire. And White London, where people fight to control the remaining magic and magic fights back. And once there was Black London. Is this book racist? That's the first time I read the back of it. I'll rate it anyway. Just to find out and let you know. Alright, second we have, wait. What? A Gathering of Shadows? Bestie, did you know V.E. Schwab stole your title? I honestly did not know the titles were so similar. Since both Schwab and Thomas are favorite authors of mine, it doesn't surprise me that stories of witches have shadows that gather in their titles. And third, we have A Conjuring of Light, which looks thick. 2 C's. Okay, and the third and final title of this month, Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. Do I know what it's about? You already know that answer. I don't. I saw a cat on the cover, along with Murakami's name, and, you know, I don't need much to be happy. Let's see. Kafka Tamura runs away from home at 15 under the shadow of his father's dark prophecy. There's that word again, shadow, hello. The aging Nakata, tracker of lost cats who never recovered from a bizarre childhood affliction, finds his pleasantly simplified life suddenly turned upside down. That's weird, I just said I like my life is simple. I'm simple. So that's my plan for the month of July. Am I still planning to write? Yes. Have I gotten much writing done in the month of June as I had planned? Alright, fine. I get, you know, distracted. But intentions are what really count, right? And I assure you, you'll all be first to know as soon as I release anything. Especially if you're part of our newsletter, mailing list, email, book club. Links below if you'd like to join us. So, and no, you didn't put your email in wrong. We just haven't sent out anything just yet. Alright, that's all I have for you today. Make sure to subscribe if you're not. Look at that number. Remember when I was overwhelmed by only just 100 of you watching? Because I don't remember. Also, make sure to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to comment down below if you'd like to see some more vlog-style videos, whether that be booky or not. Or even if it's on this channel or separate, just let me know. Also comment your TBR title, because you know I like to be in everybody's business. Today's shoutout goes to Kini Momo SC. Based on your June TBR titles, I can tell you have very good taste. Thank you for your kind words and for binging my little channel. Alright, I'm off to go squeeze into my 5-year-old Halloween birthday costume and read every book with the words Gathering and Shadows in the title. Under my bed. Stay lost, keep reading, and remember, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa. Okay, bye! Oh my god!